Neil Findlay.
Presiding Officer, I would like to put on record my very genuine thanks to the Finance Secretary and the Labour Leader of West Lothian Council, John McGuinty, for their joint efforts in their innovative plan to try and secure the Hull site. In rejecting the proposal, it now seems clear that the biggest obstacle to saving the plant are the owners' VION themselves. What further encouragement can the Finance Secretary give to prospective parties with an interest in buying the site and to the workers who work there?
Cabinet Secretary.
First of all, President Officer, could I welcome Mr Finlay's remarks? And I think in this whole process, the Government has been able to work very effectively with West Lothian Council and with other stakeholders throughout the process in our agencies and also parliamentary representatives, both my colleague Fiona Hislop and also Graham Morris, the MP for the constituency, both of whom have been a tremendous support to the task force, and Mr Finlay in supporting Mr Morris into the bargain. The key to resolving the issues here essentially lies in the combination of the ability to excite and interest bidders in the plant, and also VION being prepared to be part of that solution. And one of the points that I would make is that clearly VION will have to incur very significant cost to close this plant. I estimate that to be in the order of £17 to £25 million. Now, essentially, I view that to be a pretty negative cost, but if some of that cost could be avoided or it could be reinvested if there was to be a managed and orderly transfer of responsibility, providing necessary assurance to the workforce about their future to a third party. In that respect, the Government and our agencies, and if I may say so on behalf of West Lothian Council, would be very willing to be part of the brokerage of some form of solution in that respect. I think in a situation where clearly there will be cost to the public purse of the closure of VION, clearly there will be undoubtedly an increase in benefit payments in that vicinity. Although that benefit doesn't arise to the Scottish Government avoiding that cost, it is important that we don't lose sight of that potential impact on the public finances and act to keep people in employment as much as we possibly can do. I should also place on record, Presiding Officer, the fact that we've had outstanding cooperation in the task force from the representatives of USDAW and also the non-union members of the workforce within Halls of Broxburn, and that's greatly assisted the process of making the progress that we have been able to make. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get to a concluded outcome at this stage.
Check Brodie.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Given the Cabinet Secretary's very clear direction in the previous answers, I wonder if I might ask the Scottish Government if VION, the owners of Halls, is considering sale of the company as a whole, or will it consider selling off the various parts of the company as individual components?
Cabinet Secretary.
These really are issues for VION to address. What I have made clear to Peter Beckers and also to Peter Barr, the UK chair of VION, that the Scottish Government wishes to engage constructively and actively with the company. We don't underestimate the scale of the challenges that they face, and as a government we have been acting to support the business continuity at Halls of Broxburn, as I referred to in my opening answer to Mr Keir, with the Rural Affairs Secretary maintaining a regular dialogue with supermarkets and customers of Halls of Broxburn to assure them of the Government's determination to deliver business continuity. So I think what I would want to say very clearly is that the Government is keen to be as supportive as we possibly can do in resolving these issues for the benefit of the workforce of Halls of Broxburn, but for the wider benefit of the West Lothian and Scottish economies.